Hi, you guys. I'm gonna jump straight into this message, right? The Lord said, listen, like Christ Jesus, many of you all are going through crucifixion or have gone through crucifixion. And he gave me two comparisons. He gave me Job and Christ Jesus up on the cross. And he wanted to zoom in on certain things that was being done. He said, some of you all are going through crucifixion because the enemy wants you to bend to their will. He said, put a piece of iron or a piece of whatever it is that the Lord say will never bend, will never do this, but this will never change, will never do this to this person, right? The Lord have boast about you, right? To the enemy, and the enemy say, give me a little chance with them and I'll show you that they will change, just like Job, right? The Lord said many of you all went through the crucifixion period where individuals is lying, slandering, doing you name it to you, because the enemy hope that you will bend to their will because of what is happening. Why would you put pressure upon something? Is that your hope that it bend? The Lord say, when it say bend to their will, meaning do what they say. It's a manipulation tactics for you to do what they say. With Job, the enemy hoped that when he did those things that Job will bend to his will. When Job said, regardless, the Lord give and the Lord take, why do you think in the end his friends came in and started to basically cause Job to see all what he's going through? The Lord said, many of you all did not know that the enemy was using Job's friends also, and he was using them as magnifying glass to magnify everything that Job was going through. It's like Job wasn't watching at all of what he was going through, and because of that, because of that, he was not, how to say, it wasn't hitting hard as it was. But when his friends came, they decided to magnify all of what Job was going through. And the Lord said that is for a reason. The Lord said the reason for that is to create anger inside of Job's heart. Because when you're looking at all of what you're going through and you did nothing wrong, Job, he said it was to create anger inside of Job's heart. The Lord said, and many of his children, when you're going through crucifixion, the enemy will not show you any mercy. The Lord said that you have to understand that greater is he that is in you, but there is one that is in the world also. Right? He said you will receive no mercy, because if you look upon Christ Jesus on the cross, he said he was already there, laid out, dying upon the cross, and just asked for something as a tip of water upon his tongue, and the soldier gave him vinegar instead. The Lord said, what Christ did, many of you all, for you just, many things you are going through, and you will just ask for a little sympathy, a little help, a little whatever it is in your circumstances, and the Lord say many of you all is gonna get vinegar instead. What does that mean? You're gonna receive no mercy. It's gonna appear like if it's mercy, but it's not gonna be that. Do you understand what I'm saying? The soldiers look upon it. Christ Jesus was already dying. He did not have to give him vinegar, but the Lord just wanted to show you all, someone who's going through a lot, that even though you're going through crucifixion, there is some individuals that is gonna make it worse. It's gonna look like if it's sympathy, but they're gonna just be rubbing it in, making it worse. Do you understand what I'm saying? The Lord also said, he said, if you look on the story with Job also, why did the enemy want Job to zoom in on all of what he was going through? He said, the enemy wants you to zoom in on all of what you're going through to create anger. But why does he want Job to be angry? Because he wants Job to turn his back upon the Lord. He hoped that when Job got angry, I ain't put nothing wrong, and you see, and to turn his back on the Lord. Do you understand what I'm saying? He said, if you look upon Job's friends, when Job's friends come to him, and he said, many of you all, when he said vinegar, they will give you, instead of mercy, they will give you vinegar. If you watch at vinegar and water, they are clear in color, meaning you will not know the difference. Many of you all that are going through crucifixion, it's gonna appear to you like if you're receiving mercy, like if you're receiving that, right? He said, because water and vinegar look alike. Do you understand what I'm saying? The mercy that they are giving you, it's not gonna become clear like if it's vinegar they're giving you. It's not gonna become clear as if it's hatred they're giving you. It's gonna look like if it's mercy. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like someone come and say, this person did this and this person do that. And you go on and, you're hoping that when they heard all of what is happening to you, that person will embrace you. Instead, they just, no, it had to be a reason, and it had to be this. With Job's friend, the vinegar is that they did not believe it. He said, many of you all are going to receive no help from others because they are on the fence whether or not to believe what you are saying to be true. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because why else would you be going through that? He said, Job's friends did not, instead they come to him and it looked like if it's mercy. If they had come to him and, sympathize with him, they would have not been accusing him. Instead, they come to him and it looked like if they was giving him mercy, but instead they was on the fence iffy about that. Did not help Job, if you notice, right? In the end they did, but did not help Job because they were wondering, they was on the fence whether or not to believe what they were assuming about Job is true, whether or not that Job was true or false. He said many individuals, when some of you all are going through the crucifixion period, will not help you because they don't know whether or not to believe what is being said about you is true. He said this is the vinegar. Instead they will say it has to be a reason, so maybe this, I'm not going to help this person because it has to be a reason why they are going through that, why that is being said. It can't be that they're innocent. God ain't one and just attack, an innocent person just like that. Bad things ain't going to happen to someone just like that or whatever. It has to be a reason. He said many of you all is going to encounter individuals like that. And he said many of you all also, he said when you are going through this time period where individuals is basically crucifying you, crucifixion don't have to be physically cutting your skin or anything like that, but lying on you, slandering you, stopping this, blocking this, persecuting you, watching everything you're doing, whatever it is. When they are crucifying you, blocking stuff, do you understand what I'm saying? He said when they are crucifying you, he said, many of you all are the enemy is going to start to use individuals just like Job friends, because the enemy was using Job friends. The enemy is going to start to use individuals to cause you to see watch upon your circumstances and watch at someone who do something wrong and who did deserve it. Because if you look, Jesus Christ wasn't the only one being crucified that day, but he was the only one that was being crucified that way. He wasn't the only one that was being crucified that day, but he was the only one that was being crucified the way that kind of very terrible crucifixion. Do you understand what I'm saying? And the Lord say, many of you all are going to look at it and say, well, I did no wrong. And here is someone who do something wrong. And look at how individuals is not attacking them, but yet still they're attacking me like I do something wrong. And he said the reason for this is because the enemy hopes that you will look upon that and you will harden your heart and turn away from your righteous living and say, no, you know what, I'm going to give up on this, whatever it is, God thing, and just turn hard-hearted. He hoped that. Because what happened when you put up a wall and blessings is about to come in is that you will also, you will protect yourself. No one will ever hurt you again. But you will also block blessings of goodness coming in. You cannot see. The Lord will not put blessings. This is the person that is going to help you on the face of someone. No. He will not do that. So you cannot harden your heart towards everyone, but based on all of what you're going through, and when the enemy started zooming on how you are being attacked and you did nothing wrong, and here is someone who did something wrong and they're not being attacked the way how I'm being attacked. The Lord said, when the enemy started to give you that comparison, it can potentially be the weapon to harden your heart and thus block blessings. Yet blocking individuals from ever hurting you again, but it also blocking those who really want to bless you and help you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the Lord said, do not allow the enemy to harden your heart just because you are going through the worst terrible thing and you ain't deserve it. And here is someone who ain't, doing something bad, and they basically not getting crucified like you. The Lord said, because when you are getting crucified, he said, Christ, you could imagine you're watching that Christ Jesus and Job's situation and be like, wow, I'm really going through this much stuff, but some of you all have to be wondering if you really do something wrong to someone because they're hating on you, like you just, wow, wonder if you have to examine yourself. It's gonna be so bad. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's gonna be so bad. The Lord said, do not let your heart be hardened because blessings is about to come in. When you see attack like that start to happen, some of you all think that is just physical. He said you have to understand that there is a spiritual realm and the enemy is behind individuals to attack you also. And the reason for that is so that you will bend to the will of those who is hoping that when they crucify you, you will do something that give up your righteousness and do something that is terrible and unrighteous, because you have gotten so angry. You are minding your business on your own path, on the right path, on the righteous path, and you are being attacked. The enemy hopes that you will turn, your heart will turn cold, and you will start to do something bad or whatever it is, because here you are living right and all kind of things is happening to you. The Lord says just for a time period Job was tested, and it's just for a time period you are going through the testings also. He said, do not bend to the will of others, and do not have anyone pointing out or magnifying all of the woes and terrible things that is going on in your life. Do not keep individuals around you to point out, oh, you see, look at that and look at this, and you do not have individuals like that. He said he wants you to cast his eyes upon him. Cast your eyes upon the Lord, saints of the Most High God. Cast your eyes upon him. When everything look bleak, cast your eyes upon him. Keep your focus upon him. Keep your faith in him. He said, because sometimes, yes, Holy One, sometimes when the Lord wants to improve faith, fear is introduced. Problems is introduced, because he wants to improve your faith inside of him. He wants to do something for many of you all inside of many of your life. And what he's doing, he wants to use your life as a testimony that when he say he's going to do something, he means it, that he's going to do it. Come hell, high water, jealousy, lies, persecution from the enemy, whatever it is, he is going to do just what he say he shall do. He wants to use your life to show that they can do, say whatever they want. When the Lord has spoken a word, it shall come to pass. That is what he wants to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? The Lord says you are set up for a blessing when you are going through these things. You are set up for a blessing. It's just for a time period that Job got tested. Stay blessed, stay strong. If you're new to the channel, remember to share, like, and subscribe. I hope you understood. Bye, guys.